Understanding Women for Men, Video 5. Women need to feel chosen, not questioned. Women don't want to convince you to choose them. They want to feel chosen. Lack of clarity creates anxiety. Mixed signals undermine trust. Lack of clarity creates anxiety. When a woman isn't sure that you want her, that creates anxiety, and it creates like mistrusting. Like, we can't trust you if we feel like you don't want us long term. We can't fully give you our hearts. We can't fully trust you with everything on our minds, with everything in our life, with our whole world. We can only maybe see you as temporary as a woman, but we can't let you in fully. So just being clear with a woman of your intentions, whether you want to see them like long-term, like life partner, if it's just like a relationship for like a year or 2 years, or if this is like a temporary, like 1 month to 3 month, or even like a one-time thing. Be clear with the woman from the beginning on your intentions, because this will create, if not, it just creates anxiety and we don't trust you. Especially if you're looking to see or take a woman more seriously, like you really think that she could be the mother of your children, then 110%, like from the first couple sentences, like ready show like so much interest, and be clear with your intentions from the very beginning. And all of the other guys that are trying to get at her in the DMs or on these dating apps, she will kind of, you already stand out from literally so many. You wouldn't even think, you wouldn't know, but you will stand out. Like there'll be like 15 people trying to message, because people are constantly swiping on those apps, and I swear to God, there's just more and more men. Like I feel like more and more people are just getting on apps nowadays. So like they'll just people messaging trying to get in, and there's like the whole thing that women have to go through to scroll and stuff, and it's just like random people. You don't know these men, you don't know any of them. They're just like social, it's just social media. It's like the same thing, you're just scrolling through just like you would on Instagram. It's the same idea. So like if you stand out, you will stand out. If like the first like couple sentences, it shows like how serious you are. Like one thing that I think that like flattered me one time when a guy said was something like some of them are really forward, which I'm not saying you have to do this, but it does linger in a girl's mind. But it was definitely like I stopped messaging the other guys. You know, like it's energy, and when you put out energy to message people, you don't know them. You're just messaging back from words, right? You haven't even talked on the phone with these people, so you can't really know these people. They're just like images on a screen of an idea of a person until you've actually jumped on a phone call with the man. Then you actually like just tapped into someone's world and actually had a conversation, right? That's when it actually becomes real. Everything else of messaging, I just want, for any men who don't know this, it means nothing. If a girl is messaging on these apps with other men or on social media, that's not actually a connection. That's just, it's not real. There's too many. We don't like really see. It's just words. It's just messaging back words from people that are saying things. But if you want to stand out, and then to be able to get a phone call with a girl, which actually means you tap in and that she's accepted you into her world pretty much, and she now will remember you. You've actually had a conversation, like a real life conversation. Say something very, you're going to start subtle, like, hey, but then like some people have been like in the first couple conversations, you can already be like, oh, I'm looking for, like, I can see you as my future wife. I've had people that literally said that to me, like the second, like, or the first like message on a dating app, like just straight to it. And it's like, I'm looking, and I think you could be the mother of my children, or like, I see you. Like they say things like that. And it's like, as a woman who is actually looking for a life partner who's ready to settle down, not just a woman who's just messing around, just having fun, she won't really care. But like for the women who actually are serious about like finding their life partner, and like just that's it, and then like deleting all the dating apps, like not messaging guys ever again, and just sticking to one forever, like the ones who are done with this little game that everyone plays, those women will like completely they don't need to waste their time scrolling and messaging back all these other guys. There's so many people on social media and stuff. They'll just like focus in on you because you were the most clear out of all the men who were just saying, hey, like, what are you doing? Where do you live? Like these like little things. It's not bad. There's aren't bad things. I wouldn't say it's not good. It's just like you just showed how the integrity, you had the balls, you had the communication skills, you gave her the trust, you let her know. You didn't play games. You were like, from the beginning, I see you as serious. I want to take you serious. Like, now can I get to know you? Like, it's a very cute and beautiful thing. And yeah, that's a good point. Number 2, emotional clarity is attractive. Clear interests, clear intentions. Clarity creates safety. Clear on your interests, clear on your intentions. Emotionally, it is so attractive to a woman when you are clear, when you communicate how you feel, your passion. If a woman is not feeling that way because you're doing these things, she is not ready for a serious, committed relationship. If you are showing love to a woman and she's retreating and is like not into it, she either it's just not a match, or she actually is just not ready for a serious relationship. So anything that's like too romantic or too forward, it's giving her anxiety, and it's bringing back trauma from her recent breakup or a past breakup that she still isn't over yet. So she's kind of like in this hurt phase in her heart. So don't take this as, oh, like every woman doesn't want me to show affection. They want me to like play it cool and like I don't care. Don't switch the way you're doing things because some women out there are just not ready for a serious relationship or not healed yet. Women want to see that your interests, and they want to know your intentions. They want you to be clear and honest from the beginning, because this will like weed out the ones that are temporary, just fixes. People are just trying to use their bodies or their time, or their information or their status, and then it'll separate you from those men. And then you are a serious man, like you want lasting forever love. You want a wife and have children with this woman, right? So clear intentions, clear interests. Make sure it's known so the emotion is stable, and the woman's not like questioning, thinking everything like you're a player, thinking all these things about you. And you don't want the foundation of your relationship for a woman to be thinking all these negative things about you because of the way you're communicating or acting. It's not a cute romantic love story that you guys can tell to your children, and it's not just a solid foundation to be questioning a person when you're about to like pretty much, sign your lives together, your souls together on a marriage certificate. Like, it's not a good way to start a foundation of the whole rest of your future and your bloodline, and like questioning if this person, you can trust them or not, right? You don't want that, like, who is this person? I mean, it's not that you can't still make it, but it's just not like the best way for trust building. You want to build trust from the very beginning, and then that'll make everything easier when getting to know each other and bringing two worlds together, right? So if she has questions, like if as you guys are learning each other, and if a woman like asks you a question, and then she gets an answer, and then she replies something like, oh, if you're answering like this, does this mean you're this way? We have so much experience with other men, and we've lived through like trauma and stuff and not so good situations. So we think and read between the lines. So you just, if that's not the case, and when she comes back to you from something you say, always be clear and let us know, oh, I see that you might have think I'm this way because I said this, or this is how I am, but I'm going to assure you that I'm not that guy, but I am this way, but just, I want to show you that that's not who I am. Make sure to be clear with every single, there's always going to be questions, right? It's kind of like the interview process of a job. It's kind of like dating for a life term, for marriage. It's kind of like an interview in a way. So treat it as though, like, make sure you know who you are, and when she thinks something after you say something, because humans are not perfect, so other people will also predict things off. If you're not perfect, and not everything and every single answer you give is perfect to a question the way that she would want it to be, if that makes sense, for her to be compatible with you, it just means you haven't lived enough and learned enough things. So maybe your answers are not technically the best answers as other men have answered, right? So in order to come back from that, which if you do have still a chance, you could always learn from this. if she ends up feeling like maybe you're not there just yet for her compatibility yet, that's totally fine. You would just either try again in the future and just you will continue learning things, or you can come back from that and like try to let her know when if she has good communication skills, she'll ask another question on an answer that you give, and then see if she can figure out your character as a person to see if she could trust you as a man. And then if you're like, oh, I see where you get that. I see, this is just like, you could either say, some men have been like, oh, I'm not like this. Like, I have friends, or it's like family, they'll like make excuses about situations, or they'll be like, oh, look, that's not the case. Like, this does not mean this about me. It just means that I do this for fun. Like, there's been different answers that men give, but give something, clarity. So what I'm trying to say is be clear, with who you are, your intentions, your interests, and if you need to shift something for her, don't just be like, oh, like I can change that, like nonchalantly. Some men will just be like, I'm not changing any man. I'm not here to like, if you want to book a call, one-on-one call with me, I can help you, but not like, I'm not here to just like change your whole life. Like, I can't do that to you as a human. You need to decide to change your life and grow and learn things, or get a coach, or hire me. You know what I mean? Things like that in order to grow. I can't be here as like your mom, right? I'm trying to find love. I'm trying to find someone that's compatible with me. I don't want to waste time, you know? So as women, we think like that. So just being clear about your intentions. And if you don't know things, when she asks you certain questions, you never heard these questions, it's just because you haven't tapped into a woman who's looking for a life partner. You've just been hanging out or like talking to girls who are just there for the moment. Like, they're not thinking long term. Women who think long term, we do the investigation kind of. We like to get to know you as a person, because you're about to like become a part of our bloodline, and we're eventually gonna like have your baby. So it's like something way serious than, you know, like we're gonna ask deep questions. So just take it all, everything as a learning. Never take anything as a woman's attacking you. Never take anything personally. She's just trying to find out if you're compatible, so you guys can fall in love and never have to go on a dating app again. Like, everyone just wants to be done with all this and just like love someone every single day and make love every day and start your lives together and just have a happy ending. Like, so she just wants that too, but she just needs to ask questions to find out who you are, your intentions, your interests, and then she can feel safe and trust you. And then you guys can move forward from that like uncomfortable, like, who is this guy? And like, who is this woman? Like, can I trust you? Like, will you break my heart? Like, you know what I mean? Are we compatible? It's that uncomfortable beginning that we all have to get past. I just like to usually, you know, I like to have emotions. At one point I was in there with no emotions. I tried it. Some guys, it worked. Some guys were like, oh, give me the interview. And I would just go question after question after question. And then they would like make a joke here and there. So I've done it that way too. And it's actually worked. But it depends on the guy. Some guys want to make it funnier and they're like, oh, okay. Like, the interview begins and they joke about it. Some men are like, more just like fun. Like, they're just more like romantic, like the movies, like, or like a princess and a prince. So it's more like romantic and like loving. And it's like, they kind of lead it, but I'm like asking questions slowly. We're going at a slower pace than the other ones that let me just speak, and then I just get really, really close to them. Some men will just like let me, and I just like, and I can be myself and just like ask questions. I can find out so much about them really quickly, and it saves a lot of time. But it's not as romantic. I mean, it's still cute because like they answer in their certain ways and like it's deep, but it's like some people some men want to lead and just be romantic and allow it to like go smooth. So you as a man, you can decide. A woman that's usually feminine, usually a man leads anyway, so it doesn't really, like, I don't really care which way it starts. But as long as I find out who you are and you're clear about who you are and you have good communication skills and you give me answers and you actually talk instead of like one-word answers. Some guys give one-word answers. Oh my God. I can't. It's just like, we learn this in school, like, you know, when we're writing an essay in school or like a test, and it's like a question and it's like you write one word, you know, we learn this in school, like you have to do a whole paragraph or you're not going to get a good grade because you didn't put any effort. Same idea with dating. I've literally had guys that just said like literally one word. No. Yes. Literally, I'm not even joking. And I just don't know who you are. Even with those answers, I just still feel like I don't know who you are. Because I need like input. I need to feel your soul. I need clear interest. I need clear intention. I need that emotional like, you know what I mean? So make sure to speak your mind and be yourself. And answer not with what she wants to hear. Answer the truth. Because if you lie your way into a relationship, it is not going to be good for you. And if you get her pregnant, it's going to be even worse for you, because now you're going to hurt and break the hearts of little children. So be yourself, be real from the beginning. If you're not a match, it just means you aren't a match with her. And maybe you want to become a match with her one day, then you need to level up and master your mind and master your habits and your day-to-day and rewire your brain completely in order to know certain things to be able to be compatible with this type of woman. If this is the type of woman that you're looking to marry and have your babies one day, that's a different story, right? If it's a woman that you don't really care, that's a whole other story. Then if you're into that, I'm not into that. Everyone, I think, goes through that phase of temporary. But if you're doing that, that's a whole other story. None of this doesn't even apply. But if you're looking for like actual lasting love, you might need to go through a lot of these conversations to learn more about yourself and to make shifts if you do want to attain this type of woman. Or if you're like, I can't be that man for her, and I don't want to be that man for her, I'm just not that type of man, it's just not in my DNA, then you don't go for a woman like that. That's not your type of woman to marry, and that's okay. Maybe it's a type of woman that you admire, like Oprah, and you watch TV, you can admire women, whether they're beautiful, all shapes and sizes, and how powerful were things they do, but it doesn't mean that you're capable of being compatible to marry a certain type of woman, right? If you don't want to rewire and level up your brain to be able to meet the compatibility level, if that makes sense. And there's tons of women who maybe aren't that knowledgeable in those ways and knows all those things the way that woman does, that she needs your criteria to know those things and to change those things. There's tons of women actually, that's like, I bet you it's like actually way more normal to find women in this world that are not to that highest caliber of knowledge to like have dissected everything and want to ask all these questions. Like most women in this world would not do that or feel even comfortable to ask a man all these questions to get them thinking about their life. So if that's something that's even intimidates you and you're like, whoa, this girl is too much, then it already shows that you need more of a like very submissive woman who doesn't ask a lot of questions, and that is totally completely fine. There's no problem. There's multiple different energies of women, multiple different there's so many different types of men and women in this world, and it's a beautiful thing. So you can feel out what your type of woman is, and then from all of the women you experience from dating and conversating, and I wouldn't say just messaging, we're talking about calling and actually talking on the phone. That's when it's real. Everything throughout text means nothing. I mean, I don't want to say that 100% to it true, but like, I swear to God, most women out here have, like, we can't think. We have the real world. Like, what's real is when you actually call on the phone. That's a real conversation. That is when you truly like tap into lives. You actually know a person, kind of, right? Because you haven't even met up in person yet. So you kind of know someone on the phone. But the texting, it's just words. It's like AI. It's like a robot like messaging back to you like, hello, and like, how was your day? Like Siri, you know what I mean? It's the same idea. It's like you can have a conversation, but it's not real, and it's not tangible, and it's not memorable, and it's gone like a week later. There's always, you see what I'm saying? It's digital. It's not real. So always make sure to talk on the phone before you guys go on dates too. 100%. At least one call. At least if you can do one FaceTime too, one call, one FaceTime before you meet in person, 100% recommend. Because it's just a waste of time at that point to show up and spend money on a woman when you don't even know if you guys are a match yet. So yeah. What questioning looks like. Hot and cold behavior. Avoiding commitment conversations. Hot and cold behavior. Having that energy that's volatile, not consistent. Reassure. Avoiding the commitment. Men who are nervous, this kind of goes back to like that one word answer type thing. Men who are nervous of those deep conversations, I don't know this to be a fact because I don't know you, but I would say as a whole, from my perspective through psychology, I could say that maybe a man isn't really fully ready to find lasting life partner love, like their life partner that they're gonna like die together and like be there when they're sick in the hospital, like one is about to pass away in their arms. Like that is a serious type of commitment, and I think it takes leveling up and a certain maturity of growth that's very ready to be able to lock your souls and life and whole worlds together and never let go till the end of time, which is years and years and years and years and years, from when you're looking like a certain way till you get to like 40 and your face grows, and then it goes to like 50 and then 60 to 100 until your hair is like gray and you're wrinkly and you're an old woman, and like it's the walking, you're not as fast as you once were. There's like, it takes a certain maturity to be able to comprehend this, and it takes, and I feel like if men are avoiding the commitment questions or that conversation point before going, they're like, no, I'm just going to take you on a date, like hop in my car. Like they're just like not there yet. They will get there. It's just they haven't learned just yet, and they're just kind of just wanting that temporary experience of life, just living it up and just like, not really care, not seeing the future, just like in the moment. And that's fine. Everyone's going through their own lives, doing their own way. But the people who are ready for like that lifelong, like that partner, ride or die till the end, no matter what, anything that happens, those people need to have those hard conversations on the phone. Because it's like a sifting through people type of thing, because you have to find someone who's ready, because most people out here are not ready. Like you jump on the phone with like most of them and they're just not ready. So it's like people who do know not to go on first dates. People who are actually looking for life partners, you will sense a woman who actually is looking for, you'll know that she's ready to like settle down with you and take care of you for the rest of your life. You can feel that energy from one that's ready and which is one that's not. And when that happens, you need to be able to have those tough conversations. If you're not used to that, you either are not, and you don't like that, maybe you're just not ready to jump into a serious conversation, because it's kind of pressure. It's like, it's kind of uncomfortable. It's not the most simplest thing. You're going to get a lot of no's. It means that you just it means that you're just in the beginning stages of dating, and it's totally fine. Everyone was at that beginning point of like life partner, and they had to learn things about themselves. It's actually not normal. I went through that too. Everyone goes through that point where it's like the beginning of like they're finding their life partner, and they just have to level up so much, because as they're exploring and learning things, they're like, oh damn, I don't like this about myself either. And then you start changing shit about yourself, because you're like, I see now, this makes sense. Putting these two together, oh, I see where that could be a problem to have like a life partner, and how that could make them not trust me. But I'm thinking I'm doing what I love to do. It's my hobby or this and that, but I can see where that can affect the way that person feels trusting. And then, so then you start to level up and change a little bit in order to become mature and to be able to have that lifelong partner, right? And to be able to attain the man of your dreams, or to be able to attain the woman of your dreams. Every man and every woman goes through this process. Some don't. And like I told you, they don't ever grow, and they stay and they get together and they stay like that forever, and they marry, and it could be hard and it can be struggle, but there's different ways to fall in love and do it. But technically the best way, the most mature way, and the best way for your children in the future, so that they're raised properly and that everyone's safe and everyone's, it's actually compatible and there's like less chaos in the childhood, more stable. It's better to do it the way where you guys are leveling up and you guys make each other better. Even when you're on the hunt for love, you're making yourself better. And then when you do connect with someone compatible, you guys are actually already leveled up to where you're compatible. Now you guys are going to level up even more strength and self-awareness, as a partner will help you see things that you don't see, and you will see them and what they don't see, and you guys can just ever help each other just be happy every single day. So just remember those hard commitment conversations. If you feel nervous right now, ask yourself, are you ready to literally sign your soul away to another woman for the rest of your life? If that scares you in any way right now, and those conversations scare you, it just means you're not ready yet. And that's totally okay. You have time. There's no rush. A commitment for lifelong marriage is a serious commitment. So you need to be ready and show that you truly want this before you make that decision. You don't want to hurt anyone. You don't want to ruin your children's futures and hurt their hearts and souls when you guys break away. You want to, move with caution. If you're like, I'm hungry and I'm ready to love one person for the rest of my life, I don't want to look at another woman, I don't want to look at another man ever again. I don't even want to like think. I just want to like make love to one person, just be with them every single day and cuddle and just make memories and have stories to tell since you were at this age, and seeing each other grow to your 30s and 40s and have all these beautiful memories as a couple that you can share pictures to your children, or forever know in your brains, have this love story in your brains all the way to you guys get wrinkly and old. And then, you guys don't look the same anymore, but you guys have all those memories of when you guys were young, and you guys had those, like you guys were young and sexy and working out, and you guys weren't like, of course you're still gonna be hot and sexy in the future. You're just gonna shift a little bit. You're just gonna get like wrinkly pretty much. But what I'm trying to say is like, you will see the growth of like who you guys were like when you were younger, and you will have all of those memories from all the way till you get to like 80s, 90s, and 100s. Whereas some people, will have it later, and so they'll be already older at like 30, 40s and do that same thing. Everyone has their own path and stuff, but it's very beautiful. And then some people get married remarried in their 30s and 40s and 50s. So whatever they look like and the love story that they have and what they like to do for their hobbies, if they're still, in shape and stuff, they're still living the same pretty much life as they were younger. They're still going to work out. They still have energy. It kind of just depends on like your lifestyle choices and your habits, of course. All this depends on what you love to do and like your day to day and how you see your world and how you'll make memories with your partner. But it's very beautiful when you guys can also love, like 20s to 30s, like this age, and then stay all the way to your 90. It's a very beautiful love story of you could see all the ages. I love it. Next one is what choosing looks like. Consistent effort, reassurance through action. Choosing looks like consistency and effort. In my opinion, daily. I know people, schedules are crazy. I'm in entrepreneur content 100%. The schedule is crazy. You're constantly working. I know for people it's like that. It's hard. If you have a 9 to 5, I feel like you have the rest of the time off. Like there should be time to do it. If you're in business, I feel you. There's no excuses. It's hard and we're literally never stopping. We're constantly going. But I'm telling you, if you want something enough, if you want that partner, that love, that life partner, you will make the time and you will shift your schedule. You will talk once a day. You will. Even with all the stuff we do, tons and tons of stuff we have to think about. Tons. You still can message every day. Even if it's for one message or one phone call. I'm telling you, consistent effort shows so much. It shows that you care, that you care about their day. You care about this person. Out of all the humans in the world, you want to talk to them. You message them. You talk to them on the phone. You are present in their lives. It just says so much about you. It just shows how badly you want this. Whereas another man are I'll message every couple weeks or a week, here and there. I'll just tap in. They're just not doing that much, just riding along with whatever happens. It's just low effort. Not saying that person still couldn't be a good person. They're just low effort. It's just they're just she's cool, but do I need it? So it's there's not an assurance. It's not your mind type energy. And women like that, like we talked about in the beginning. We like that you choose us out of all the men, all this you're choosing us, and you're choosing us daily you're choosing to talk to us consistently. It says so much. It's just you're outstanding compared to all the other men out there. You're outstanding because you chose to put in that effort for her. Of course, make sure that she's interested in you. Obviously, you guys have the phone call. Make sure it's a good match. Ask the questions you need to ask. And then begin this. Make sure she knows you guys are clear about moving forward. But of course, you can't just not do this in the beginning. If you really want this girl, if you feel this is going to be the one, you have to put in, even if time is money. Trust me, I know, time is money. But literally, you have to put in that time in the beginning. You have to make that momentum of messaging from the first message. And if she is a little slow, it could be she works a lot. For example, me. constantly, all 24/7. I'm working, I stay up late. But I'm telling you, like, trust me, if you want a girl, when she's sure about you, she will be putting in tenfold. When a woman is sure about a man, you might think that in the beginning it's like, oh, she's like, maybe she's not putting in like 100 as much as I am. But remember, you're the man, you're the lead of the family. You're the one that really chooses the woman. And then, of course, the woman has to choose the man too. But if you put that energy in the beginning of that momentum of the leadership that I'm going to take assertive action to show up for you, because remember, women have there's the men, they're just there. So if you can show that you're different and stand out, whether she messages back fast or not, which usually it's like at least one message back. Sometimes it gets busy, but like usually it's like not like, it shouldn't be 48 hours. Even if it gets busy and it gets exhausting, I'm telling you, it can't be past 48 hours, like 2 days. That's crazy. That's not, even for people who work a lot, we can still get to it. Unless you guys are on dating apps. If you're on dating apps and that woman has tons of people that messaged on them and she doesn't even want to go through them because just there's so much work she has to do. It's exhausting to now have to go through all these messages of people, the random ass people that she doesn't know. Like, and most of them have already been shown and proven that they're not going to be ready. They're all just trying to have temporary love. So you have to think of the psychology of a woman, of what we're thinking. Sometimes we don't even want to go through the dating app. So you can't even get mad if a woman doesn't message back on the dating app. It's when you get to the text messages. That is when that's when it starts to get like, oh, like it's been like 3 days and she hasn't messaged back. She's definitely busy with something. Is it another man? Is it her work? But do I want her bad enough to like continue to show up every single time? If you want her bad enough, then it's worth it to do that. She will see that even with her working in her busy schedule, she will see that and she will, trust me, when you do lock her down, it's like tenfold of what you saw in the beginning for a woman once we actually trust a man. Because usually, especially nowadays with everything, it's hard for women. They don't give their whole hearts anymore like they used to so easily. So because of that, when a woman does give her heart up, like eventually it is like tenfold, like more than any of her exes in the past have ever. It's like she's never letting go of you. So think about that too, and don't let that, if it's like past 3 days, you can ask her communication, like, is your work making it hard for you to message? And then if she's like, yeah, or she's like, oh, maybe maybe we're just not the best match. Then that's just, at least you asked to find out why there's been space of not communication. But if it's on the dating app, I would say 100%. It just means that like there's just so many people and it's exhausting. And you guys already know the psychology of the dating. You swipe and you're swiping and it's like you're still not finding your match, and it just gets, sometimes you just don't want to scroll on the app a day. Like it's just how it is. And so if you message on the app, then I won't see it because I won't even go on the app that day because it's just like it gets sad. And sometimes you just don't want to scroll. But until you get the phone number and the messaging directly to the phone number, it's a whole other story. Of course, it'll be easier. It rings, or at the end of the day, you kind of go through your messages, and then you're able to, if she was busy, she'll get to your message within at least 48 hours. At least, say one day was so filled, the next day, 100% she's going to get back to you. If she's truly like interested. And if not, if it took 3 days, ask communication. That shows your maturity as a man. Ask a question. Oh, I noticed you took like almost 3 days, like roughly 3 days for you to message back. Like, were you busy? Or you can even say, are you busy or are you not interested? Like you can literally even be straight up honest, the communication to the T. Are you busy or are you not interested in me? And then see. And then if she is interested, then it means that she just needs to see and recognize that self-awareness. Oh, you're right. I'm going to make sure to be on my phone more and I want to talk to you more. Maybe we can do phone calls instead. I'm not a texter. And then you guys do one phone call a day at the end of the day or something. You guys can work with each other's. Every person's different. Everyone's job is different. Their lifestyles. So communication, consistent effort is key for growing that bond. Since the moment you guys talk, through the text, through the phone call, on your actual number, and so on and so forth, it should be consistent. You showing up, and also, even with her busy schedule, I still think that she should show up too. But again, I'm telling you, some girls, because so much men are there, it's going to need you to chase a little bit, put in a little bit effort if you truly want something. Because when we feel that we like we're being wanted, and then like we kind of feel that, it shows that like then we can like stop looking at other things or stop putting things down, and like we will then feel comfortable and trustworthy enough to now spend more time and energy on you, especially if it's a high value woman who is like, you know, knows her worth and is constantly working and is like doing good in this world to level up. She will just be with you soon and leveling up together and helping, making you better anyways. So if she's not on like messaging you back quick, just know she's working. So like whatever she's learning and doing is going to benefit you in the end too. It's like if you guys were living together, you would be seeing her work like next to you, but right now you're just not seeing her work because you guys are just not together yet. So don't ever take that personally. It's just people are working or doing things, if it's slow to texting or whatever, but it should be consistent communication. And if it is slow and you want to talk that day, just call. Like, you know, just make sure you let her know if you can. If you guys are getting closer, I mean, maybe not so quick. I had one guy that did that, but maybe it's because he wasn't a match with me. Because if he did call me and we were a match, I think I would have liked it. It was just he would call from the first time we talked. He was calling every single day, like when I just met him. But I think it's because we weren't compatible. His energy, I just couldn't have conversations with him that were flowing, you know, or that I was interested in. And he would like say these little things that kind of just like, I think he was trying to be funny, but to me it was just, we're just not a match because I was just feeling like uncomfortable. So then I didn't really want, he was kind of like calling me every single day, but I wasn't really, until I got to like the third day and I was like, okay, like I didn't answer. And then I had to message him and be like, okay, I think I'm not sure if we're like compatible fully. And then like I told him I wished for the best for him and then he wished the best for me. And that was that. So I'm not saying that you can't call every single day. I'm just saying that maybe, I mean, it could get to the point quicker in a way. Cause the girl will know, like, does she like to hear your voice? Does she like the way you talk? Like, is it a good thing when you call, or is it like maybe we're not the best match? So I can't really say because I haven't had success in that just yet. But when I had felt it, I felt like it was fake. I don't know, explain it. I just feel like he doesn't know who he is yet. And I don't know. It was hard to explain. That's just thoughts right now. I'm just speaking thoughts out loud. You guys can do what you would want with that information. But yeah, the next one is the reset for men. Be clear where you stand. Here are some affirmations for you to use. I lead with clarity. I choose intentionally. My actions reassure. Love grows where clarity lives. I love this video. 5, understanding women for men. This one is fun. Being clear with your intentions, with your words, with your actions, mostly with your words. Being clear to communicate who you are effectively, your intentions, your day-to-day lifestyle, your communication style. I think it's nice actually to message and then texting, but then like I like to get to a call as soon as possible. So especially if this person's like, ooh, I'm really intrigued, I'll do a couple messages. Some of them are a couple messages on like the apps, and then it goes to a couple messages through the text. And then if it's too late that night, then the next day at nighttime, like when I have more downtime, then I'm like, oh, let's do a call. And then from the call, you can usually feel it out and feel if it's a match or not. And then if the second call, you're like, okay, maybe let's ask more questions. And then the third call, it's like, okay, we need to go on a date. Or it's like, then from these 3 days, I took in notes and I'm feeling like we are compatible on this end, but on this end, I feel like we might struggle in the marriage because of this. Can there be something that changes? Or do you think that this is kind of just how you are and it's from your culture, your DNA, or how your bloodline is, and it's just maybe you're more suited need a woman like this? And then it's kind of like we can kind of come to an understanding of like, oh, I see what you're saying, but some men just won't fold on certain things. Like one thing was like this one time, and it's like, yeah, it's my culture. Me and my family do the HOOKAH, and they have this little stand thing, and they do it as a family together. It's part of their culture, to do it. And so I was like, I don't want to take that from your family. I wouldn't want to step into your family, going to a family event and then being uncomfortable that you guys are doing that, because I don't want to do that, and I don't want my children doing that. I don't want their lungs to be messed up. So it was just something that, like, he didn't say he said he wouldn't stop completely, but like here and there, not all the time. But to me, I don't want that. I don't want my children to see that or think that's okay, because I don't want their lungs to be affected, especially at a young age. If they choose to do things as they get older, it's a different story. But like, if you're allowing something like from culture like that, it's down a different path of that's being okay, and like, which then they'll do it, you know? So I just don't want to be around it. I don't want to and have my lungs be taking in that stuff. So it was just like, we understood, and then we were like, we hope the best for each other moving forward to find a match that actually, you know, fits each other. So yeah, it's really that simple. I like this. I love this one. Clarity. If a man is clear from the beginning what his intentions are, like, I see you as my wife, I see you as my husband, and I hope that we're compatible because I can picture it already. And now let's see if we're actually a match. That already says so much to a woman, and she'll start to focus in on you, because there's so much other messages, especially on these apps. On social media like Instagram, it's not that, women aren't getting like that. It's not normal unless like you're like super, super famous or something like that. Then of course there's like fans and everything like crazy. But when it comes to like the dating apps, people are constantly swiping like all the time. So they're messaging, especially I know I'm using Facebook, and I used to use Hinge, same idea. People are messaging. So there's different matches every single day. And people can message you without you even swiping. So then you have more options. So think about that. You want to for sure get them off the app, because some girls won't even get on it because it gets exhausting as too much. So then we'll jump off it, try to get to text messages or IG. If for more safety, IG for women, because there's been situations with women. So usually we like to go to IG first, and then from IG we like to go to just the phone direct if she trusts you enough. But yeah, for me, if there's any woman in the chat, we have a business phone and a normal phone. So you're going to be safe either way. If you don't have a business or a second phone yet, be careful with sending your number to people. People can track you, trace you, and show up at your door. So, I'm not trying to scare anyone, just watch where your number goes. And always use IG first, unless you have a second phone that you can delete the number like that. That's a whole different story. Or like, what is it, like WhatsApp or something? There's other ways. In the beginning, when you're first getting to know someone, you don't know if they're your match yet. It's a waste to do that transfer if you really don't, you haven't even done a call yet. And you guys can always call on IG. You don't have to use your number to call someone. There's like a little button on the DMs, and you can literally just talk on IG. Everyone pretty much has IG. So, and then I wouldn't even want to really bring up the other part yet. That's for a different day. I just thought of something right now. That's for a different segment. I don't want to step on anyone's toes just yet. We're going to get deeper and deeper into this. I'm also making a men's program for dating. So much to share, but this was a good one. I like this one. Okay, loves. I hope this was helpful in any way. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next